Live from New Orleans. It's the COVID-19 hotspot. You don't want to come here. Stay away. We're in quarantine. It's all over the road live in New Orleans. With your hosts, Matt and Katie Bellerino. Derek Pittmon from HGTV's Telling the Big Easy. Nick Vogel. And a man whose undercarriage smells like bacon. Victor Del Giorno. Ah, yes. Yes, here I is. Here I is. I said my undercarriage smells like bacon is what I said, okay?
You missed somebody. You never introduced your...
I'm sorry. All right, wait, hold on. And Ted Kelly. There he is. Ted Kelly. Right. It's because I got all these things to do. I got this to do, that to do. I'm doing all this and that. I'm doing this A-B. Oh. Derek, are you wearing a C cup or what? What is that?
It is actually a D. My face is an enormous size head, so it's full D. Things just look smaller. But no, this is
it looks like it's plush.
It is. Very supple.
Good. Looks like I want to grab it.
Oh wow!
I want to grab it. This is all over the road, New Orleans, the podcast. What did we promise to do, guys? What did I say?
A show a day.
Until
it's
all over.
No. Guys, listen. It's a show a day until it goes away, for darn sake.
Oh, yeah.
It's show a day.
What it is.
It rhymes.
It's gone.
Nick.
What you're going to hear on this podcast, this live stream on Facebook TV, you're going to hear from all the cast members. This is our first time together, guys, all together since this happened.
Man, how y'all been?
I mean, I feel
well.
You know what? People have been telling me about this. We're meeting, we're doing Zoom, we're meeting. I haven't been interested in it, but I don't know. I have a funny feeling right now. Yeah. I've got a familiar, very funny feeling. It's great to be back. And I don't know. It's just good to see you all. And Derek, it's especially good to see you because, you're my boy.
So beautiful.
He is. He's very beautiful. Okay, we're going to try to talk today to Terrell Cobbins, TC, who was a major character feature on the HBO series years ago, called Life After Gangland. We're going to have him on. He's working on a book. Probably movie is to follow. So we're going to get him on the show if he can somehow figure out how to get in on here. Nick's going to work with him on that. If you're watching on Facebook, upper left, that's Nick Vogel. He's our executive producer. Thank you, Nick. Nick is the one that has gotten all this set up and has done a great job. I'm the guy waving his hand. Ted is next to me. Ted is my brother in broadcasting. Derek Pittmon. He just goes by Derek from HGTV's soon-to-be smash hit show, Selling the Big Easy. And there's my daughter, Katie, my son-in-law, Matt. Matt's going to tell us a little bit about these small business loans. So if you have a small business in this government deal that's, what do they call it, a stimulus package or an aid package for small businesses, Matt's going to tell you how you do that and what needs to be done and who qualifies and who doesn't. Is that true, Matt? You're going to be able to tell us?
That's right. We'll work through it all.
Okay, but first, I want to talk to Derek about the show. All right. So the show, they've postponed the double feature premiere, correct?
Oh, that is correct. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's the given climate of just the state of affairs in the city of New Orleans. They don't want to, they don't want to seem tone deaf over there at the network, so they're going to hold off a little longer. So,
do they have a new date?
Not yet. Nothing's been formally announced yet, but I'll let you fine folks know the moment I find out. Before I find out, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
You'll be the
We're
first.
extremely disappointed about that.
I'm going to have to find something else to do now on April 10th.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Last night I was on your Facebook, Derek. Okay. Which is pretty entertaining. If you've never been on Derek's Facebook, it's pretty entertaining. Nick, do you have his Facebook? Can you pull his Facebook? Can somebody pull his Facebook up?
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm posting on social media right now.
Okay. Is there any way we can get Derek's Facebook up? Because I want to read. There was a thing. I can't do it right now. But there was a little.
I'll see if I can do it. I'll try.
There was
one
thing.
Don't worry, I got you.
There was something that he posted that I was reading last night that was pretty darn funny. So you've been pretty active on the Facebook, huh, Derek? You've been really all over this thing.
I have. I try to stay connected with the peoples and the masses, but I keep it pretty lighthearted for the most part. That's nothing too heavy.
We have picked up recently a lot of new viewers. All right, as a result of me doing a show a day until it goes away. So tell everybody a little bit about the show, the concept of the show, and, those that, because, you're a recurring guest on the show. I consider you part of the cast, but I know you got other things going on. You were here during our workshop with the Randy Lane company. They came in from LA, and that was right before all this hit. As a matter of fact, Randy and Joanne got in and got out right before all this happened. But the real madness kind of started right around March 10th, I think. So in my economy, this would be day 26. In my economy. So tell me a little bit about the show and what you got going on.
Yeah, no, for sure. Show is obviously called Selling the Big Easy. It follows around Brittany Piccolo Ramos, whom I've been working with in real estate for about 4+ years now. And the show follows, us around helping buyers and sellers in New Orleans find their dream homes and their second homes and their third homes. And they're really fancy homes and throughout the city, and they've done a really dynamite job of kind of showcasing the city with regards to, the scenery, the sights, the sounds. It's actually the first show on HGTV's historical, network there. First show to ever be filmed in 4K. So when it does air, which it will eventually, it'll actually be pretty cool to see all the cool clarity and just overall vibrant colors that the city has to offer.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Kate.
I would like to ask, have you encountered any ghostly activities?
That is a negative. You hope to never, encounter one, But
I hope to encounter the ghostly activities, which is why I like to stay at the haunted hotels, and I want to encounter a ghost in these old homes. So could you find me a haunted house and take me in?
For sure. They fail to disclose that on the MLS usually has ghosts, but
they should tell you if it has ghosts.
Right? True story. One of the very first closes we ever had. This is in 2016. I was sitting at the closing table with my client. He was buying the house. And the seller was an older woman who sat there and was kept on using this name Billy, over and over and over. And she's like, I was thinking he was the neighbor. And she's like, and if you ever need any help, Billy's going to be there. Billy's going to be great. And I was just because I was taking notes of what this key to what door, blah, 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 in names of the neighbors. And I was like, and Billy is one of the neighbors that helps you pull up the trash and all this stuff. And she's like, oh no, Billy's a spirit that's in the house that actually that we see in the house. And my clients were just like, what? You have
time for supper, Billy. Billy, it's time for supper.
It's too late to back out at that point. So I just tell them good luck. And I
preoccupied. Jeez.
So preoccupied. That's right.
Yeah. Did you see Emmy's comment? Katie is full of it. She can't handle haunted houses. She's the biggest scaredy cat in the world. I am scared, but a part of me wants to encounter something.
The paranormal.
That's why I like to stay at the Hollywood Roosevelt, is because it's spooky.
Right. Yeah, I've encountered
you really into that?
things.
You really
like
Katie's into
really like that, Katie?
I mean, I don't, but I am intrigued and want to I wish my phone would ring when I'm at the Hollywood Roosevelt. I wish I would get the call from the ghost. I wish I would see the temple on the steps. That's why I stay. And I think they should hire someone who looks like Marilyn Monroe, dust her with powder, and just have her walk the halls, and they'd make more money. I'd want to see the powdery ghost lady, wouldn't you?
Now, Matt, are you a fan of seeing ghost ladies on the stairwells of hotels as well? Is that a thing?
Listen, whatever Katie wants to see, I want to see.
Wow.
What do you think of Matt? What do you think of Matt's mustache, Derek?
It's like a younger, more vibrant Tom Selleck, and I wish I could just kiss you through this camera.
Thank you. That's what I'm going for.
I mean,
Yeah, you get bored in quarantine. You got to come up with things to do.
I told him, I said, I actually like the mustache. And you know what ended up happening? He's gotten way too confident over here. And he's walking around all smug with his mustache.
I think his whole countenance has changed.
Yeah.
His whole countenance.
Exactly. He's way too confident with his Corona stash.
I am. There's a lot of mustache.
Yeah. I didn't shave for like weeks, and just as of like 2 days ago, I had like a full beard going on, and then I was like in the process of shaving and had the mustache. And my wife absolutely hates mustaches, and so for the sake of me knowing like one person I can speak to in person, you know, I'm in quarantine. I have to make sure everyone's happy. I couldn't do it. I was thinking about it though. You get to that point where you're like, here it comes.
Very
here it comes.
You know, mess up that peach fuzz.
Right.
Hey, is there? You were talking about fancy houses. So where are most of these fancy houses at?
Majority are going to be in the uptown area of town. We have a couple in the French Quarter, and we have a couple in the Marigny Bywater, and then we have probably a solid. You know, there's usually 3 houses. Rule of 3, HGTV. There's probably about a dozen homes in total throughout the first 9 episodes we have filmed that are going to be up on the North Shore. North Shore actually is one of those areas that you can get a New Orleans style home on a large tract of land, and it's a whole lot cheaper. So we throw that viable option out there to our prospective buyers.
Hey, Derek, what kind of response you getting to that video that you did? The one.
Can we play the video, Nick? Can we get that up and play it? Is that possible? We put his page up?
You did it to educate home buyers, potential home buyers.
You know, I was about to say, Katie, it's good to have you back on the show.
Yeah.
I wanted
the video when he talks about how to pick a realtor and what's a good realtor.
Oh yeah, that's
what kind of response you getting to that, Derek?
You know, it got a lot of clicks, a lot more than I thought it was going to. Yeah.
There it is, right there. Right there.
He is. Look at him.
All right, let's play it. Can you hear the audio? We'll be able to hear the audio too.
You can hear it?
Yeah, hold on.
Barely.
We always recommend you speak to a lender first. That way you know how much money you are going to be able to spend on this house. It's good to ask these good questions now. Let's see what the next 30 years of your life are going to look like.
Now, you use the word tax returns. I actually haven't paid my taxes for
Oh my God.
ever. Is that going to be a problem?
And remember, there are no stupid questions. You'll feel much better after you talk to a lender.
That's right.
Now, finding the real estate agent. Sure, you could throw a rock and probably hit one. They're everywhere. But we always recommend you find
I do my own stunts, by the way.
Now, speaking of our house for you, make sure to scope out the neighborhood. See what you like and what you don't like about the place. Who knows? Maybe your neighbors will like you too. Uh-oh, Mr. McGregor hears you in the backyard again. You better skedaddle.
All right, so I know they're asking $500,000 for that.
What is this, a Chinese movie or a Japanese movie? All right, that's good. That's
Derek
good.
plays
That's
all
good.
parts. He plays all characters too. I don't know. He's like,
Who shot this thing?
I think he was photographer. He was.
Did Elizabeth shoot that thing? Derek, did Elizabeth shoot that thing?
She did. She was a fantastic camera woman.
He played everybody except for Mr. McGregor.
Yeah.
There he is. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. That's our real. Look, if you need a realtor and you want a fun one, that's some stick in the mud. Someone that's not going to break a heel on the pavement. You might want to get Derek as your realtor.
I occasionally still break my heel on the pavement. I just want to throw that out there. I don't want to act like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Wow. So, it's funny. It's funny because we've been watching a lot of HGTV because, you can only get so much. All right, Nick, can we get him off there, Nick? What's going on here? What happened to Nick? Nick's gone. I don't know. Anyway.
No.
Wait, hold on.
I'll take him off.
Gone.
There we go. There we go.
But Nick
And
did
so-
say he was going to leave.
now.
Didn't he
There
say
he
he
is.
had to leave? There he's back. Okay.
I missed you.
So we've been watching a lot of HGTV because you don't hear so much about COVID-19. And we've been, I've been waiting for the promos. Where's the promos? But it has been pushed back. It's probably more than likely going to happen sometime in the fall. When you think, Derek, sometime in the fall?
Yeah, first off, I'll bite. What's COVID-19? That's No, no. It should. I would assume it's sometime in the fall. That would be if I were a gambling man, which I'm definitely not. My bookie's watching right now. I don't exist anymore. I would say the fall.
You still owe him on that Texas LSU game, is what you do. I think you had Texas in that one, didn't you?
Yeah, we just don't talk about that time in my life. That was I don't even know that man anymore.
Well, it's good to have you back. It's good to have you back as well, Katie. It's something feels good about this. Look, we want to take a little bit of time here to excuse me. Oh no. I think there's a droplet on my microphone.
Well,
just thank some of the people. I'd like to, first of all, we do invite your comments on our little chat thing here. Yeah. So if you have any questions or you got any comments, we'll be more than happy to share them with people that are watching and, maybe talk about it a little bit. So please, feel free to have any questions and comments.
It'd be nice to have somebody comment that didn't have the last name Del Giorno.
Yeah, well, we're a talented family. We're a talented family.
Really supportive. We're a supportive family.
That's awesome. I just think it would be refreshing, just to have. Oh, there's a Vobel. Okay, cool. All right.
There's not many Vobels.
There you go. Okay.
But I do want to take this time to thank all people, like, for instance, the truck drivers. I mean, truck drivers, they're going full speed. Mm-hmm. I want to thank, first responders. I know there's a big problem here in New Orleans with the EMS people. Like half of them are sick. So those people need our prayers. EMS people, first responders. Obviously, the people working in the hospitals. Today was the first day that the makeshift, I don't know, it's better than makeshift, this brand new hospital that they've created at the convention center. It's just awesome. That they've got 1,000 beds. Yeah, today was the first day that they were going to start to bring patients over there. So, there's a lot of need for prayer and a lot of need for support. A lot of these people are working around the clock, and we do appreciate it. But I do think that by the end of the month, I think we may all be able to get back to hopefully somewhat of maybe not completely normal what we knew before, but pretty darn close. A couple people that I want to plug. Oh,
well, have y'all heard that? I just see it today, but Tom Dempsey passed away.
Yeah, Tom Dempsey.
Yeah,
he died today. Yeah,
the, former New Orleans kicker died today. Was it today?
I think it was yesterday.
Okay, could have been yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah, it was yesterday. He's the guy that kicked the 63-yard field goal.
Yeah, the old Tulane Stadium, right?
Yeah, and
he. Was it COVID related or just?
Yes, it was.
It says it was. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
For a couple of weeks, I think.
He had half a foot, right?
There's no other way to explain it. He had half a foot.
That's true.
It was like a sledgehammer.
His foot, okay.
And he was born that way.
If I was going to be disrespectful, I would just say he had 6 inches, but I just say half a foot.
Well, you know what? I'm kind of glad that you said that, because now I think
a sledgehammer attached to his leg.
No, I think it's story time. Okay. Oh. It's story time, guys. Okay, settle in. I'm glad you brought that up, because before this madness happened, I was at the Tulane Memphis basketball game at Fogelman Arena, which is a beautiful place to see a basketball game, very intimate. So I'm watching the basketball game. I go to the concession stand. I'm standing in line at the concession stand. And this little guy, an adult little guy with a gimpy leg, says to me, "Hey, Mr. McPhail, how are you doing?" And I'm saying, Frank McPhail is one of my best friends. He lives in Memphis. This guy thought I was Frank McPhail. I look nothing like Frank McPhail. Do I look like Frank McPhail, Katie?
No.
Okay. Are you unhappy with my storytelling?
No, I love it. I'm just trying to follow.
I'm not sure who Frank McPhail is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Frank McPhail is a
Frank. You didn't set the story up, dummy.
Frank McPhail. Well, I can't say that. Frank McPhail is a friend of mine. He lives in Memphis. So I'm at a Memphis game.
I have met him.
His son, and as your concession stand.
Listen. No, I didn't go to the game with his son.
Yes,
his son is. No, his son is a manager. His son is the equipment manager for the Memphis basketball team.
Yeah, right.
All right. Just let me finish.
You were there.
Will you let me finish the story?
Sure.
All right. So here's the little guy. Yeah. He's about this big with a gimpy leg.
Yeah.
And he says, "Hey, Mr. McPhail." I'm freaking out. I'm going, "I look nothing like Frank McPhail." He goes, "How you doing?" I said, "You know what?" I said, "I'm not Frank McPhail, but I'm a close personal friend of the family's." And he goes, oh, okay. So he gets this, I get my peanuts. He goes, blah, blah, blah. So I'm freaking out. So I get on the phone. I call Frank McPhail, and he's in Virginia visiting his son, Pete. And by the time I called him, it was like midnight. I'm calling, like, well, Frank, I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. I go, this guy walks up to me and he says, hey, Frank McPhail, he's a little guy, with a gimpy leg. I go, what's his name? He says, no. I said, do you know that guy? And he says to me, what's his name? And I say, Frank, how many little guys you know with a gimpy leg? I mean, how many guys you know with a gimpy leg? Little guy. He goes, I don't know who he is. I go, well, he thought I was you. Well, so I'm still freaking out. All right. So I call Katie. And Katie, what did you tell me?
I said, Dad, he saw you there probably with Ryan McPhail and just assumed you were his dad.
That's it. That was the whole thing.
The whole thing is he was sincerely confused and really thought that this random man thought he was Frank McPhail from Memphis, Tennessee. It didn't even dawn on him that the guy saw him with the son.
It didn't dawn on me.
Dad, he saw you with his son. Oh, okay, bye. Hangs up on me. Just hangs up on me. It's fine.
He goes, yeah.
Well, the whole thing is that I have, I happen to run into little guys a lot. And when the little guys come to town to wrestle, I go to see the little guys wrestle. Is that what I should say? Is that what I should refer to them as, little guys?
They're like little fellas.
Little people.
Little people. I go to little people wrestling. I like to go to little people wrestling, okay? I do. I like it.
And they like to wrestle. So that's fine.
Okay. All right.
Now you find that the equipment manager with the Memphis basketball team, he must be doing pretty well, right, in life? Because I know they pay the players really well, so I'm assuming they pay the equipment manager pretty well.
He's probably doing very, very, very well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for a COVID-19 update with our business banker specialist.
So hard
Show me the money! Right? Show me the money! Here he is, Matt Bellerino. Right. He's on the screen. He's the bottom right with his lovely wife, my daughter Katie. Here he is, Matt.
Well, thank you for having me on the show.
Well, it's good to have you. You and your little mustache. You and your Clark Gable mustache.
A lot of information out there. What do we want to know?
Okay, I own a small business. Okay,
all right.
Business is hurting. It's hurting.
Okay.
This package. Yeah, this package comes out where apparently I can get my hands on some dough or some stimulus. You know, other than a Coca-Cola, which is a good stimulus. Yeah. What is it that tell me? What are the different types of loan and who qualify? I mean, just give me the rundown.
So I would recommend to go to sba.gov. That's the Small Business Administration. It's the arm of the federal government that helps our small businesses across America. Mm-hmm. And they've got two programs right now. One is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, the EIDL loan. And business owners with less than 500 employees can apply for this. It's at a rate of 3.75% for for-profit businesses, up to 30-year amortization. So you're talking about lower than what you would typically pay in a house, stretched out over for a real long period of time. Very flexible terms. And this can just help with overhead, debt repayment, anything to just get you out of a bind while we're trying to figure this situation out. Mm-hmm. But the loan did you have a question about that, Victor?
Is that one the PPP? Which one is?
No, we haven't gotten to that yet, sir.
So the PPP loan is.
But the one you were just talking about is the what?
That's the Economic Injury Disaster Loan.
Okay.
That's done directly through the SBA. The SBA is the funder, and so
it's a term loan.
It's a term loan. That's correct with a fixed payment, up to 30 years.
Can Derek get any of that money? Because Derek needs some money.
It's very true. My shipping career is not taking off as well as
I can't keep giving you these thick envelopes. Okay, you have to draw the line somewhere.
Hey Matt,
it's debatable.
Is that money? Is that coming out of the stimulus package, or is that another?
So this was SBA's immediate response to the disaster.
Yeah.
To just put something out there. Then through a congressional provision, they came up with a stimulus and produced the CARES Act. And one of the features of the CARES Act is the PPP loan, which is the Paycheck Protection Program loan. Okay. Yeah. And this is what everybody's kind of been going crazy over the last few weeks. So this is done through your local lender. in conjunction with the SBA. And this loan will allow you to, you can get a loan for 2.5 times your monthly payroll expense. And if that's what you use the loan for, it's forgiven by the SBA. Yeah. And so this is, to many people, this is not only going to help them continue to pay employees, continue to run their business when this gets taken care of, but it's essentially could be free money. I mean, it essentially changes into a grant. And so it's a great program. So I'd recommend talk to your banker maybe later on this week when things calm down and see if they can help you out.
So do you have to go through your banker?
For the PPP loan, this is done through participating lenders that partner with the SBA.
But really you have to have employees. There's my grandson Wesley. Look, he's brand new. He's brand spanking new. Look at him, huh?
Corona baby.
It's a chip off the old block, that guy.
Oh my! Look at that.
He's pissed.
What is he,
Nick,
like 2 weeks old?
Nick, put everything in his left hand, okay?
2 weeks, right?
Everything in his left hand. 2 weeks, yeah.
I
Derek,
can support that.
There's my granddaughter, Harper. Harper, how you doing, baby? You miss your granddaddy? Do you miss me?
Granddaddy.
You do? Derek, you're touching your face a lot.
Yeah, no, I haven't learned anything from the pan.
What happened to Derek?
He got nervous.
I think he took off.
No, he's back.
He's back. He's back. What were you saying, Derek?
No,
Hey,
no,
Derek, you're really touching your face a lot.
Yeah, you're touching your face.
That was a fantastic setup there. That was
you didn't hear my a snippet of my new hit single, "Don't Touch Your Face."
Don't touch your face. I can't say that.
You want me to do a little bit of it right now, a cappella, for all of our viewers?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, it goes a little something like this. You ready? Okay, it goes like this. So take a good look at yourself, but don't touch your face. It's kind of like a little Aaron Neville feel to it.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Bill Withers.
Now let me ask a question.
Yeah.
Is my segment over? Because I feel like it kind of got cut a little short.
I know. That was
Wesley came in. He stole the thunder.
You had a flow going there. It was going really well. Yeah.
That was really all I had to say.
I did have a question. I had a question though, because
let's get back to that.
Use the word
We'll get back to your questions in a minute.
Okay.
It's not time for questions.
Not time for questions.
In a world.
This is Vic's show. Remember, don't ever.
Where you have to wear a mask when going to the latrine. In a world where you can't touch your face rather. One thing speaks true. Derek looks very, very good in the C cup. I don't know why I did that.
No.
Okay, go ahead, Derek. What's your question?
No, you used the word forgiven. The loan is forgiven. The PPP. I took notes here on my Lisa Frank notepad, and I speak to my local bank or money guy who sits under the overpass over here off I-10. I talked to him, and then he actually he could walk me through it.
He can walk you through it. Yeah,
right.
So it's not an automatic forgiveness. You have to meet the SBA's eligibility requirements, which I would say go to sba.gov, review their list there to make sure that your reason for the request meets the requirements.
What if my only request is my only need rather is I just needs the money? You think they'll take that as my?
I think that should be forgiven. Not only will you be,
if you say you need the money, you get it.
If I heard that, they'd be like, "Yes."
How bad you needs the money? That's what it comes down to.
Well,
how soon can you expect the money? How soon?
I love fat tags.
I had a question for Matt.
Yeah.
I got my $6,000
to pay. Expect to see some money if you do qualify.
What was that? Can you repeat the question?
Me?
Ted.
Ted.
I'm wondering how soon can you expect to see the money?
We don't know that.
You don't know? Yeah.
No, I don't.
At least 30 or more days.
I don't have the answer to that.
Next year.
Actually, what happened was that people were applying on the website or whatever, and it got all jammed up.
Yeah.
All these people. So, I think you're going to have enough time to get it. But I think this is all new. They don't know. Computers crashed at Southwest. I was trying to cancel a reservation that I had for Jordan's wedding next month in San Diego. And you just can't, I mean, their computers are down. It's just a complete mess.
I just called, just so you know.
Did you get through?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't tell you your wait time is 230 minutes?
No, I mean, I waited for like 3 minutes.
Well, how does that happen? What happened to me?
I don't know.
Southwest is kind of zany like that. You know, they're like, maybe we'll answer, maybe we won't.
Yeah.
One of our listeners and viewers, Josh Provosti, was saying that Matt is giving great advice. And he said that Matt is answering all the questions very well.
Wow.
Well, I think I wouldn't have him on if I didn't think he could do that. I mean, you know, you just can't live. You can't go through life living on a mustache alone. There's got to be some substance.
There's wisdom in the stash.
Josh, we thank you for your kind words.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I feel like Tom Selleck really got through his whole career just on that mustache, though. I mean, I think Matt could do it if he wanted to.
Yeah.
I really have been having a hard time not touching my face. All right, we're supposed to get TC on here, but I don't know if he's having problems getting in. So maybe we'll just give him a call. Everybody want to call TC?
Yes.
You all up for that?
Of
All
course.
right, let's give him a call and see what's up.
Hey,
Hopefully
did we mention we're live on YouTube as well right now?
No, I did not know
I
that.
don't know if we mentioned that.
We are
On our All Over the Road podcast.
On the Landlord.
I mentioned that on the Instagram post that I made.
Very lovely girls. All of them had hair of gold. Like their mother.
Hello,
Hey, buddy.
bud.
Hey, man.
On the line with us right now is the landlord, Uncle Larel, from Life After Gangland. That's his Instagram handle, and he's a close and personal friend of the programs. How you doing, buddy? Everything's okay?
Yeah, everything's okay. I'm blessed. Can't complain. Going through these tumultuous times, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard our personal friend, Mr. Turkey Leg, he was in the hospital. He just got out. I don't know if did you see that on Channel 6 yesterday, guys? Remember the Turkey Leg man? What's his name? His name Timo. What's his name? He's a rapper.
P-Town Mo.
Yeah, P-Town Mo. He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy that did that Turkey Leg song.
Mm-hmm.
And what was funny, he did that song, and like about 20 minutes later, I'm driving with Caleb. We go into a convenience store, and there he is. I go, that's a Turkey Leg guy. And so we chatted for a little bit, but he was in the hospital with COVID-19 and just got out. And
good.
yeah, so he's doing much better. So
Yeah.
Anything else? Anybody else that you know about in the in the rap world that's suffering from this?
Oh yeah. Black DJ Black and Mild. He passed away like last week. Yeah, just him, and he the only one, in the rap world, but there's other people that I know of,
How's your mom doing?
She doing good. I call every day because I'll be really like worried about it because she has bronchitis,
Right. She's hanging out at the Melf?
Pardon me?
She's hanging out at the Melf, I mean?
Yeah, she still live around that way.
All right, that's good. I didn't know if she was with somebody else or was quarantined somewhere else. All right, TC.
No, she's my brother. My brother lives with us, so my brother taking care of.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's cool. Terrell Cobbins has one of the most amazing stories that you will ever hear. Of course, you know that we did a thing with the pharmacists. Dan Schneider is a good friend of mine. We try to deliver, get people in front of you that have an unbelievable story. And TC's story, he's TC now. He used to be called Uncle Larel, and he was the head of the old Gotti Boys gang here in New Orleans. And so he grew up and saw a lot of stuff. He's working on a book right now. How's it going with the book?
Oh, everything like it's almost to the end, but there's so much that's still happening. Like it's crazy. Like I'm living the book right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because of like everything that's happening, and with the whole COVID-19 thing. I mean, I couldn't really like leave that out.
Right. Right.
So I mean, I'm definitely about to wrap it up with that, but they definitely could be looking forward to that, man. It's gonna be a movie just reading the book.
try to kind of give it to us. I know it's impossible to do in about 2 or 3, 4 minutes, but kind of give us the gist of your story, just so people can look forward to hearing we're going to do a 2-part series with TC. We're going to delve into this in detail because it's a story that needs to be told. And it's a phenomenal story about how God can restore people, how God can save people, how God can actually regenerate and change a person into a different person. And that's TC's story. So TC, tell them a little bit about just real quick, if you can, kind of encapsulate it into something where, you start at the beginning and kind of get to where you are now. Can you do that for us? Is that possible?
It's like, I'm not the only one. Like, there's other people out there, just like me. I'm not the first one from the Guided Boys era that got saved and I'm not the one that started it up. I'm not the first one got saved. The one that started it up and the original founder. He a pastor right now, at Franklin Baptist Church. So I'm not the first one. It's other people, But I grew up in the bricks. It wasn't a life I chose. It was a life that chose me. I ain't have nothing. I inherited that life. My dad wasn't there. I never slept in the same house with my dad. None my whole life. And my mom was on drugs at the time. So I was the oldest child. So I had to make a way for my brothers and my little sister. My mom had 4 boys and 1 girl. So I had to bring home the bacon. My brother, they call him Third Wall. He was the cook. So once I bring it in, he cook it. And we had a meal, every day. But I inherited that life. I saw so much in my life. I thought that was the way to go. It was just, it was crazy. I got arrested at 7 years old. Yeah, the World's Fair in New Orleans at the time. It was 1984. I ain't have no money to get in. Me and one of my cousins, we tried to, sneak in. We snuck in. He got away. I got caught. That same night, we trying to break in the car and get a Rolex watch. I was arrested for auto burglary. At the age of 7 years old, and it was just a revolving door from there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about from drugs to armed robbery to all kind of crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, God saved me. You know what I'm saying? And surrounded me with positive people in my life. You know what I'm saying? And my wife's a big part of my story too, because she like my angel. Opposites attract. I was a bad boy. She was a good girl. I'm thugging it out in the project. But my wife, when I met her, she was a believer. In the church going young lady and stuff like that. And I just feel like the Lord put her in my life too. You know what I'm saying? And
not an accident.
It surrounded me with a lot of positive people. The Del Journals, Martha and Dick. They like my adopted parents. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my life. My Lakeview Christian Center family. Shout out to my boy Ray Pratt. You know what I'm saying? That's my covenant group leader. But yeah, I still have a lot of positive people in my life, but I still go through the hood. My mama still live in the hood. But when I come through, it's like you turn a light on and the roaches just scatter. Because they know when they see me, they know I'm trying to get them to come to church or come to Alpha, stuff like that. And there's been times I brought Vic with me through the hood. Vic been through the old milk, not this new stuff they got. He been through the old bricks, the original bricks. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never said nothing, but every time I turn my back, he asking different people about my story, just to make sure everything's verified. You know, I ain't never even told him about it, but he got it straight from them. He talked to P-Town more about me. I know Vic, yeah. But Vic was there for me, man. When my brother got killed, Vic was in the hood, and they had other dudes in the hood too. But some of them wasn't there, and Vic was there. You know what I'm saying? Vic realer than a lot of dudes that I know from the hood. Vic, man, look, ain't no fear with him. You heard me? Vic jumping out. You know what I'm saying?
I know all the
about
brothers.
me, this and that. You know what I'm saying? He really was there for me when I lost my brother. And I'll never forget that. You know what I'm saying? I cherish that. He really held me down.
Well, I love you. And
like a sea ankle. You heard me?
Go ahead, Katie.
You held me down like a sea ankle. You had my back.
Yeah. That's awesome.
TC, can you hear me? It's Katie.
Oh, hey, Katie. I ain't know. What's up?
Hey, I have a question for you. So,
what you got?
There's still a lot of young people out on the streets that are still stealing cars. It's kind of a common thing for people that are probably under the age of 18. What do you think they need to hear? What words do you think they need to hear to know that they should stop, or that they're worth more than that? If you could speak to them and say something to them, what would you tell them that you wish you could have told yourself at that age?
Well, first of all, it's wrong. And first of all, it's not the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And not to justify what they're doing, but it's like those kids don't have no leadership or no direction. Yeah. They don't know where their next meal gonna come from at night. You know what I'm saying? So if they find a way that they could to get a few dollars and it works, they're gonna always come back. But it's not good, and the reason why I say it's not good because somebody gonna make one of them out of example, and then it's gonna set the tone for the rest of them. Because it's not right, because you got people that work for the things that they have and have jobs where they, honest jobs where they pay for this stuff, and to come outside and see your glass shattered and somebody that broke in, and it's just not right. You know what I'm saying? But I was on the other side of that at one time too, where I didn't care. It was just get it how you live. But now I'm wiser, and I see it from a different angle now. I just wish that they could just see it how I see it, and just pump their brakes and find other ways to make money. Because you could cut grass, you could make money cutting grass, you could find some kind of odd job. If you got your health and strength and you're able to use your hands, you can make money all kind of other ways. But breaking in cars and breaking glasses and stealing from other people like that, you might be getting away with it right now, but at the end of the day, you're gonna pay for it, because even if you keep getting away with that, you're gonna get caught up doing something else. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna pay for what you've been getting away with. That's just how karma works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
TC, you made a comment at the beginning about how you never slept in the house with the father. And I mean, see, that's the problem with these kids. They have a life expectancy of about 25 years old. A lot of them are fatherless. They're being raised by their mothers and grandmothers and their aunties. And, on Christmas morning, they had presents under the tree that didn't come from family members. It came from the gang members. They'd see these guys on the streets making money, with bank and with big old stack in their pocket. A stack is slang for $1,000. They got a couple stacks, and they recruit these kids. They recruit these kids in, and they buy them presents for Christmas, right, Terrell? Is that true?
Yeah. Well, you got the guys in the hood that take care of you. They're making money. Different kind of ways. Street pharmacists, type of guys getting money like that. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't with the petty crimes and the little petty hustling, but the breaking glasses and stealing, odd things out of people's cars, stuff like them, the little petty hustling. You know, them the little ones live with their mama, drugging, and the people they living with, they don't see no wrong in nothing they do, and it starts at home, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said it starts with the parents, you know what I'm saying? Because when somebody make one of them out example, the first thing you hear on the news, oh, he was a good child and this and that. Yeah, but what about he was breaking in people's stuff though? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it is what it is. I'm saying, you got to look at it from both ways, but it's just not right what they're doing. And I thank God that I'm able to raise my kids, the right way and how I'm in my kids' life,
Right.
I never had those.
That's what I was going to say. I think it's going to be exciting to do this series with you guys, and hopefully you're going to get a couple of the other guys along. We were planning on doing it and having everybody here in the studio. Unfortunately, we're probably going to have to postpone that. I don't want to do it like this. I want you guys. Right. I want you guys here. So we're going to work on it. But let me just tell you this about TC. Okay?
Yeah, I'm working on that anyway. As a matter of fact, I talked to Dip already last night. Dip just on board.
Cool.
He don't care. I mean, whenever I'm ready, he ready. But
what about Doughboy?
He talking about he don't want the whole quarantine thing and this and that. So I got one ready and I got one procrastinating.
We got Doughboy. You got Doughboy.
So yeah, you know that. You already know. You already know that's a package deal with him.
Okay, good. I just want to say this. TC is living in St. Rose. Him and his wife bought a house. There's not many guys that come out of the Melphamine that own a house in St. Rose. They're really active in the community. Both his boys are really good athletes. They go to Destrehan, and I just couldn't be more proud of them. And it's going to be a tremendous story. So be sure to follow the show, and you can follow him on Instagram. It's Life After Gangland. He is one of the most wonderful men I have ever known and will ever know. Terrell Cobbins, TC, the landlord, Uncle Larel. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
I love you, baby.
Love you too.
That's going to be one heck of a story.
Yeah, look forward to that. It's going to be good. Well, how long ago was it when he got saved? How long ago?
It's been a while, but he showed up at one of our alpha courses and he was at my table, and I was the facilitator of the table. And there was a part in the meeting where I wanted someone to read some scripture out loud. Now his whole countenance was different. He knew about God. He was raised in the church, but he wasn't, he wasn't committed. And so he went to the alpha course that we do at Lakeview Christian Center. And, he has since kind of toned down. He had the dreads and all the gold, the grill and everything. And there was a time to read some scripture. And I said, Terrell, why don't you read that scripture? And he read it right out of the Bible. And with that grit, that raw street slang, he read that word of God and it came out and it parted my hair. It was so powerful. I mean, to hear this guy read the Bible, I was amazed. And of course, from there, it's just picked up. I mean, he's one of my best buddies, and he's a wonderful guy, and he's got a great story to tell. We're storytellers here. That's what we do.
Awesome. That's a great. He's got a powerful testimony. So we'll get it, into detail of it, and later on, maybe by next month, hopefully. It'll be after.
We were going to do it at the end of April. Now it's looking more like the end of May.
Yeah, so everything's been backed up and pushed back, and so who knows? But we'll get to it eventually, I'm sure. Looking forward to it.
Okay. Is everybody ready?
I can hear Emmy.
Is everybody ready?
Ready. We're ready. Ready.
Time now for reflections.
Oh.
A time to sit back, relax, and unburden your restless soul, your quarantine stir crazy soul. Where's that noise coming from?
Hey, it's not my house. I'll tell you that right now.
Are you all ready? Reflections.
Okay.
Reflect.
Derek.
Reflect.
I once thought social distancing was blocking someone on my iPhone. Reflections.
I've got one. I think I've got one.
Go ahead, give it to me.
I once thought I could go 30 seconds without touching my face.
That's true. I can't stop touching my face.
Not true. It's never going to happen. Virus or not.
Reflection.
Touch your face. Touch your face. Go ahead. Everybody. Reflections.
In unity.
Derek, you got one? This is how we're going to end the show with reflections. It's only appropriate we get back together and do a. This is my music. I found this music. It's not our normal music.
I like it though.
Reflection.
Do you like the new music?
It's helping me deflect from the fact that my child was screaming.
I think I actually might have one.
Go ahead. Here's Derek with reflections.
I used to think having kids was a bad idea until I saw the government was giving out $500 per. Reflections.
Reflect. Children.
Yes.
Reflection. Show me the money. Where's here it is.
An investment.
Yeah, cabbage. Show me the cabbage.
Yeah,
white knuckles.
Johnny football.
We got white knuckles here. White knuckles.
Your limitation is only your imagination.
Oh yeah. Reflection. That's new, Katie. That's very new.
Yeah.
Doing. It's very new.
I like it.
Okay, so we all did one.
Yeah, I think so.
We all did a reflection.
Yep.
Okay. This COVID-19 is a real bummer. We're going to get through it with a show a day until it goes away.
Yeah, there you go.
A couple people we want to plug, of course. My friend Dan Snyder, the pharmacist from the Netflix docuseries, his website, which is tunnelofhope.org. Next week, this coming week, we're going to have Miss America, Camille Shriver, on the program.
Wow.
We're going to get her face on here so you can see her. She's a lovely lady. She's from Virginia. And we're going to talk about what's Miss America doing during COVID-19. I think, hey, I'm wondering about that. I was laying in bed last night wondering about that.
Thinking about Miss America in bed.
Yeah.
Why not? Who is it?
I've been laying in bed. I've been having trouble sleeping, so I could use your prayers when it comes to sleeping. But a couple things we want to plug. Feeding America, feedingamerica.org. They're taking donations right now. It's a really good cause. Also, for first responders, their children's fund. Excuse me, which is
somebody needs a glass of water.
First one st rcf.org. So some places where you can make a donation.
.org. That's Lord of the Rings. That's
You want to shout out to anybody, Derek? Anything?
No, I have a boat. I got that.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
It's been there off the side of the camera the whole time. You didn't even know it.
That's
We went nautical today, baby. Nautical.
That's a real nice boat. Let me tell you. That's a nice boat.
Let's thank Matt Bellerino for his
Yes, Matt. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes, with his mustache.
Tonight.
You know what?
Matt.
If we put you in a Speedo and take your shirt off, you look like Mark Spitz. Remember Mark Spitz?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like Greg Louganis for some reason.
Mark Spitz.
Oh, I don't know. No. Sorry, Matt. No.
I want to thank Hazel Semper, Teddy's wife, for not having a long phone conversation while we're doing the show.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, Hazel.
Yeah.
She was, I don't know. She
left
was
the house. You scared her away. She's
a realtor too.
for a walk.
Eric. She's a realtor too.
Yeah, so
When I'm gonna sell that
if you're in
house.
New Orleans, call Derek. But if you're in the Baton Rouge area, that's where I am. I'm actually in Baton Rouge, Prairieville to be exact. Get a hold of Hazel because people are still looking for houses, as Derek knows. That she's got a number of clients that just want to keep moving forward as much. It may move a little slower than it has in the past, the whole process, I guess, but you can still find a house, buy a house, and you can still get all that done. So
Nick Francis.
My cousin just closed on a house in Dallas, and they closed from their car.
Who?
Julie.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, they
I've heard
just bought their first home, and they closed from. She sent us a text saying, "Just bought our first house from our car."
Congratulations, Julie Bug.
That's
awesome. My niece.
Well, I saw that somewhere on Facebook. They were doing drive-by closings. I don't know if Derek saw that. I don't know where that was, but they were driving up, and I guess you just signed the papers and
I mean, you can get married in Vegas that way. Why not buy a house in New Orleans?
Right. Why not?
Drive-by closing.
Nick Francis just chimed in from St. Charles Parish saying that he needs a fund to feed his kids.
Right.
Because they eat organic.
Is Matt still there? Is Matt still there off the frame there? Hey, if I walk into Capital One and use the line from J.G. Wentworth, it's my money and I need it now, or I want it now, will that also expedite my my loan, my PPP loan? I just want to know what the lingo is if I just go in with that.
Matt's not sure. He doesn't actually work for a bank.
It goes like this. I need a PPP. Oh, you know me. A PPP. You know me.
PPE.
See, if you were here right now, Nick,
none of the above
really
work,
nice
actually.
beat. I got no beats without you here.
Yeah.
Beatless.
I learned just a little while ago you have a lot more street cred than I thought you did, so you don't even.
Where's Doughboy?
I was like, we're on a first name basis with.
Yeah, he's like knows all their like pet names.
Great guys.
We're getting to the end of the show today, and we have more viewers right now than we've ever had. I don't know what that means.
Go back
and watch it. It's a good time. 4 o'clock.
You can always go back and watch it. We'll repost it.
Yeah, we'll repost. You can go back.
I'd like to ask for prayers for Deacon Uriel Durr. He's a deacon here and in New Orleans. He's got COVID in the hospital. He was a deacon at Cabrini when I was younger. And just please, everybody pray for Deacon Durr.
Okay. Anybody else got?
Hey, I want to mention, keep my daughter in prayer. My daughter's name is Mary. She works on the front lines in the sanitation industry, and they're out there, keeping everything clean and disinfected. She's not actually a cleaner, but she's overseeing a lot of them, and she does have to get in there, get out there. So let's keep them as well as the medical field and people in that field. We need to keep them in prayer.
I want to do a shout out to Eric Schmaltz. He had a birthday yesterday, and he was very sick for a while. He's on the mend. He's doing well, and of course, he's very valuable to us. So I wanted to do a shout out to him. So, Eric, get better. Happy belated birthday. Okay,
happy birthday, Eric.
This is our COVID-19 music. You're gonna love it. We thank you for watching. Be sure to check us out tomorrow, because what we're doing is what, guys? We're doing a
show a day until it goes
away. So are we looking at 3:00 every afternoon, or what?
Yeah, we'll do
change, or
3 works.
Tentatively set it for 3:00, but we'll post on Facebook.
That's very nice.
Derek, you got anything to say, buddy? Did you enjoy yourself today?
I had a great time. You promised me the envelope full of money's coming still, though, right? And then we talked maybe that would not still maybe come.
See Vic for that. Yeah, right.
And I will tell you this, Derek, just go out there and be gorgeous, because you're good at it. Okay, Katie, great to have you back on the show.
Great job, superstar.
I can't tell you, I was really you don't know what this means to me. Nick, you're the man. Ted, what can I say?
It's your show.
And it is my show. It is my show. I'm Victor
your money.
And
live from the Coin Trader Studios.
From the Coin Trader Studios in Lakeview. We wish you a pleasant evening. See you tomorrow.